Greetings and welcome to this part of Let's Play Buried in Time, the Journeyman Project 2. Alright, we are just about ready to go into our first mission. We've pretty much picked up everything we need here. So there's not really much else to do but look at the missions. Now again, we don't do these in the order that they're presented. These are put in chronological order, but we're actually gonna go to Farnstein's lab first. Alright, so I have to read the mission briefing before it will allow me to jump. The mission briefing isn't as important as it might seem, it's just because the mission isn't for us, but for future us. But it does give us a little bit of a description of what we should expect. Basically, in the year 2282, a space station orbiting Saturn, owned by Mr. Farnstein, was hit by an asteroid storm and so badly disabled that by the time any rescuers could get to it, it was completely shut down and destroyed. They had never found any trace of Farnstein himself, but they did find traces of what could have been artificial intelligence, and much of the technology they found on the station is basically what created all of the technology we have today in 2328. Now, the mission I was given beforehand is to go back in time to the point where the station itself still had power, so I could find out if there was actually anything true about the past of there being an artificial intelligence. Which sounds good. However, having read those notes just previously, I'm guessing I should be expecting a slight surprise. Alright, so I'm gonna get ready and jump! Again. Now, it took me a while to figure out the cheesy solution to get here, but luckily the game is very straightforward in that. Now, I have to maneuver this can the right way around, because if I put it the wrong way, I'll get propelled the wrong backwards. Now, I can't really tell which way I'm facing this. I'm guessing this is the right way. Yep.
Pressure variance too great. Door may not be opened until pressure is equalized.
Alright, so we're not going that way.
Pressure variance too great. Door may not be opened until pressure is equalized.
This is gonna be all the way through, isn't it? Alright. Using oxygen fast.
Pressure variance too great. Door may not be opened until pressure is equalized.
Oh, please open up. Yes!
That always seemed to work in Scooby-Doo.
So, I guess I haven't gotten rid of you after all. You just pop up in different spots, like whatever pops up in different spots. So, was corrupting my work not enough? Back to finish the job? What?
Who the heck is that?
Pressure variance too great. Door may not be opened until pressure is equalized.
Darn.
And I thought I was being rescued. I'm breathing my last breaths here, and I get visited by Guido, the space family. Come all this way to tamper with my sculptures. What are you, an art critic?
Right, so this is the space station. Capacitance array. And you are here. Click to pressurize, alright?
Cannot pressurize. Foreign object obstructing habitat wing door seal.
Oh, crap.
So, what do? Travel around space looking for derelict crafts so you can terrorize the survivors by redecorating while they're helpless? What'd you do? Bring a spray can too? Look, if you're here to rescue me, fine. Just get on with it. If you're gonna add insult to injury by messing with my work, I can do without it, okay? Just leave me here to die in peace with my work.
Alright, come on, come on. Running out of air. Pressurize. Because losing air was annoying enough on Mars. Right, so we're pretty much out of air for anything else. Biomass processing, med lab, Ronix lab. These are all pressurized. These are pressurized. It looks like biomass processing is the only other place I can actually pressurize. Well, not anymore because I used all the air for here, but...
What do you want? What do you want?
Now I can move on as soon as I can figure out how to move. There it is. And now the pressure should be equal.
Localized gravitation manipulator pads are malfunctioning. All personnel advised to clear docking area.
Hexagonal platings.
Where are you going anyway?
Good question.
You seem different somehow. Unlike before, your patterns, you're more curious, like you don't really know what you're doing here, do you? You're not the same intruder. So, why are you here? Are you looking for something? Me?
Lost strong metal bar approximately 1 meter in length. Alright. Again, the same rules more or less apply. Can't take anything that's of historic value, or historic importance rather. We can't take anything that isn't. And now I'm not entirely sure which way to go. I think this way then. Also, if we take an object with us, it can't exist twice in the same time period. Right, that just brought us back around. No, that will not work. So that's the only way we can go, but that will just reset us. How about this? Back around. That will not work. Yeah, that's the command center. We came that way. How about this way then? No, that pretty much brings us back around. I've never quite figured out how this maze actually works. Because it never explains itself. those tiles look alike. Let's see. No. Docking control for the science wing. Alright, that's it.
I don't know why I feel this, but I guess I have an instinct about you. My other guest didn't feel right. You're different somehow. Like I should trust you.
Well, that's good to know. The scanner room.
Sorry, you'll have to excuse the scanner. My eyes and ears for the moment. Most of the station monitors are dead. Here. Well, here you are. You found me. Well, part of me, anyway. Not much to look at, I know, but it's what's inside that counts. Well, I guess I've decided to trust you. It's not like I have many options. I don't know, maybe we can help each other out. Why don't you move into the room so we can talk better? I'm afraid this conversation is going to be a little one-sided. My command-level voice recognition module got a little jumbled in the accident. Well, I'm Arthur. You've probably figured out by now that I'm not real. But I'm learning to accept it, really. I split off a few copies of myself, and together we're sharing our feelings about it in group. Anyway, this is what I am. An artificial, non-organic sentient being, if you want to be politically correct, trapped in this wreck with the power dying out a little quickly, I'm afraid. I've yet to figure out who you are, though. Well, I think I can safely rule out the fire department. I thought I was pretty advanced, but the technology I'm reading in your suit is astounding. And this is crazy, but it almost seems like an evolution of mine. Look, if you'll let me, I should be able to interface with your logic system and maybe get a clue as to who you are and how we can help each other. It means an intrusive scan, but we're both lost here, and I need you to trust me. What do you say?
Gee, what kind of choice are you giving me? Well, ladies and gentlemen, Arthur. One of the most useful and yet most annoying things about this game. I kinda like Arthur, but he can get on your nerves if you let him. Still, he is necessary, that's which why I went to the station first.
Alright, let's see what we've got. Temporal security? You're from the future! Well, I'm pleased to meet you, Gage. Wow, you're quite the hero. I guess this is my lucky day. But that's you. I don't get it. Whoa, I'm starting to get a headache here. This plot's getting a little hard to follow. I'm starting to get the picture here. Hey, this is about me. This is better than palm reading. Perished? Then you can't help me or you'll change history. I'm sorry. I've probably seen more than I should. I should have never scanned your biochips. Wait a second. Your biochips. Gage, I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse. Take me with you. Your biochips are derived from the same wetware as my brain, only 1,000 times more advanced. If you take me with you, it'll cause a time distortion or whatever, but if I download a copy of myself onto a blank chip, nothing will have changed. And you need me. I know who framed you, the same person who messed with my sculpture. I can show you what they changed. What do you think? Is it a deal?
again. What kind of choice are you giving me? Well, at least we figured out why we needed that blank biochip.
Great! Oh, you're not gonna regret this, Gage. Now let's see. I should be able to transfer the data across optically from my core. This is gonna work. That means we've got to get you inside the Nexus, which of course is inconveniently detached from the station at the moment. How do we do this? The door release. The decompression should propel you across to the Nexus. I'll have to give you the override code. It's risky, but it's doable.
Right, so where's the door?
The emergency release is just above the door. It's a manual release, so I can't do it for you.
Alright.
Okay, punch in this code. 32770. The rest is up to you. Good luck.
Here we go.
Emergency door release initiated. Please stand by.
Let's get inside before we run out of air again.
Welcome, come to my brain. All that I am is contained in that sphere.
You're gonna have to open me up. There's a manual code book. I'm not sure exactly how it works, but I think it has to do with exchanging the red lights for green and vice versa. You'll have to figure it out. After that, well, if it works, the next time I talk to you should be from inside your suit.
Alright, so basically we have to exchange the lights. This is one of those puzzles I could either figure out immediately or get stuck on for quite a while. Let's see. Darn. And that is me getting stuck on it. I got the basic gist of it down. I just need to make sure that there's never two of the same color next to each other. Otherwise the code becomes insolvable. Let's see. No. Darn. Come on, think! If I do that, then it becomes... Alright, come on. This puzzle isn't that hard.
To anyone who may be listening, my name is Dr. Kenneth Farnstein. I've made this recording in the event that anything should happen to me. This message is an appeal. 26 years ago, I undertook an experiment to create a new kind of artificial intelligence. A system demonstrating the traits of self-awareness and creativity. My results have been astonishing. At first, I considered the experiment a failure. I had created an erratic, unpredictable, thoroughly irrational program, but it had a curiosity, you see. And occasionally, A burst of insight so lucid I was astonished at the understanding. Not the cold conclusions of a machine, but something more right-brained, more intuitive. It was life. It was a result I was unprepared for. Arthur is not simply a program, he is a person. And I've sheltered him here from the circus I would make of him. I'm afraid I may have corrupted him enough with my obsession with 20th century media. I ask that you understand, and if you can find it in yourself, to protect him for a while. He means a great deal to me.
Not exactly flattering. In less than 100 years of progress, you can fit me on a chip. So, how do you like my new home? Comfy little interface, eh? So, this is how I think I can help you out. I couldn't figure out a way for you to ask me questions directly, but I've created a comment button that'll light up if I have something to offer. I've actually become pretty fascinated with art history and stuff, and by the looks of what your future self was researching, what I've studied could come in handy. I've also created a help button in case you get stuck on a problem. You know what they always say, 2 minds are better than 1. But hey, you're the detective. I'm sure you'll want to figure it out on your own before resorting to my help. There's more info in the chip's inventory description. You might want to check that out. As to our mutual friend, he was reprogramming one of my sculptures in the biomass processing module. I think he set up some sort of harmonics response, but the only way to find out for sure is to visit the scene of the crime. And that means getting to that part of the station. I gather you don't have control over where you jump to in a time zone, so it may be a trek. The accident really trashed that part of the station. In fact, we may want to come back to it later. Alright, so maybe it won't make much difference when we get to it, but to be totally honest, I'd much rather go somewhere other than back to the station my first trip out of here. If you know what I mean. I could use a little adventure. Alright, Gage and Arthur's Big Adventure. I like the sound of that.
Yeah. Unfortunately not very likely, because I kinda want this zone done with, because once we've got everything we got here, we don't ever have to come back, unlike all the other territories where we constantly have to swap around because we need various bits and pieces. Alright. Well, we won't be using the help button, because as useful as it is, it also costs 2 points, because, yes, there are points. But first, let's go home.
Oh, like the look. Early terrarium.
And that's it for this episode. I will see you all next time.